that we can upload it. Okay, now, okay. So the first thing is that we have to turn the editing on. As soon as we do that, we can see the options opening up for us, the editing options. Okay, these are the examinations which I've taken in the past, and preferably I would like my students to see the examinations as the first link as soon as they enter into the subjects. So I'll be adding an activity or resource right here, right at this area. So for that, I do have an option. I do have multiple options where I can place my test. So it's up to you. You can give it a heading like this, test, and then you can put it over there. And in my case, I'll be putting up the test right in the topmost area. So I'll press on add an activity. Then I'll look for a quiz option. I can double click with my mouse, or else I can press on add button. So right now I am into the editing section of my quiz. Okay. First thing to be done over here is to name your quiz. And we had decided upon the naming convention in the past as well. So you can give in your subject name. Okay. You can give out your subject name over there, the date in which you are taking the exam. For example, I'm taking this exam in 11th November, maybe today, 9th November. Okay, and that's it. If you want, you can put in your name, otherwise, it's up to you. Then comes the description part. If you need your students to know something, any instructions which we would like to give them in a similar way as if you're standing in the examination room and you want to pass on some important information to the students, you can use the microphone option and record some audio, or else you can put in your video as well. Or simply you can text put a text information over here for the student. This test is for 20 marks, and like that, and all the best. Okay, so that was something which was miscellaneous in nature. Now comes the important part. Let's press on the timing part. And as we notified by
دكتور معلش كده خلي الناس دي وقف السماعات المايك اعمل اوف لا.
Okay, I'll mute the guys who are having. Okay.
Please, doctor, how are you?
Yeah, Dr. Abdul Karim. Salam alaikum. Yeah.
الله يسلمك. Can you make record? انت ممكن يعمل تسجيل عشان you can make record so we can return back and other make record to Zoom.
Oh.
So if we need lecture later, we can return.
Yeah, back. I'm recording it right now. It's recording.
Record.
Hello.
Okay,
hello. Salam alaikum, Dr. Fahad. Yes, sir. We have already started with the meeting. Are you there?
I am there. I am waiting in the room.
Oh, just a sec. Just a sec. I'll check it. I'll fix that one.
Are you in the same room or different room?
No, it's a different link. It's a different link. Have a look at over there in the WhatsApp group, Applied Medical Science.
Okay.
And you can enter from there. It's a separate Zoom link.
Okay. Did you create this one?
Yeah, I created this one.
Okay, because I already sent it. Okay.
No problem. Yeah. You're most welcome to join. We already have 14 people, and we almost started. Okay. You're most welcome. Please join in. Okay, sorry for the interrupt, guys. Yeah, Dr. Abdul Karim, is already getting recorded. Don't worry about that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. So let's go back to where we had left. I had entered into my subject, and then I created one of the. Well, we will start it once again. Okay. So we have to turn the editing on option, which is already open up for me. I will be adding an activity, and I will be selecting the quiz option. I can either double click it with my mouse, or I can press on the add button. So now here I need to give my test a name. So I'll be giving it a name over here. biostats test, and maybe we can specify the timing here as well, so that the student knows that on this day 7 to 7:45 p.m. and maybe the date as well, 9th November. Okay, so that the student knows about it. And then we can put up a description over here as we have kept it over here. You can record your sound, you can put in your video if you need to inform anything important to the student other than the answers. Okay, and then moving to the timing part. So you need to enable the date in which you need to conduct your examination. This is important. If you miss out this particular thing, the students will be able to see the test beforehand. So this is pretty important. You should enable the timing, and you should set up the date as per required. Okay, here in my case I'm going to keep it as it is so that we can preview the quiz. For example, if you got a quiz on 12th or 13th, you can select the date and do accordingly. As for the closing the quiz time, well, if you want your quiz to be open for example, if your quiz is for 1 hour and you want the channel to be opened up for more than 1 hour, you can assign the time over here. Otherwise, you can keep it to the time which you have decided to be the closing time for the exam. For example, in the nursing department case, they are planning to conduct the examination at 7 p.m. evening time. So we have a format of 24-hour format over here. We've got a 24-hour format over here, so we are selecting it accordingly. And I need my examination to be closed by 1 hour, in about 1 hour. So I'll close it like that. If you do like this, and if you are thinking that the students are disciplined enough to enter at the right time and exit at that point of time, you don't require putting up a time limit. But in case if still you want it, you can put up a time limit. For example, if your midterm, you are planning to keep it for 45 minutes, so that if a student comes up late for 10 to 15 minutes, he can still manage to go for the exam. So that's how you can put up the time limit over here. Okay, let's come to the other part, which is the grading part. And here you have to do something really important, which is you have to change this option, this Dropbox option, from unlimited to one. Okay, sorry about that. My father is calling me. I'll just. Okay. So on the grading part, you have to keep this attempts allowed to be 1, because if you keep it to more than 1 or 2, so the student he's being able to enter back into his test and change the answers. So this is important. You have to limit this option to 1. Let's move to the next part, which is the layout part. For the layout part, it depends upon your choice. If you want one question to be appearing on the page, you can keep it like that, every question. And if you ask me for a suggestion, I would suggest you to keep more than one questions, maybe 3 questions, 4 questions. For example, if you will be asking 40 questions, so better to put 5 questions, 10 questions. It's up to you. It's the choice of the teacher. The only thing is that if you're putting all of the questions all together, so maybe there might be a chance of cheating. Or just make it an optimum solution. Maybe you can put in 5 questions at a time, so that the student is not requiring a lot of internet usage for that.
Can I ask here, Dr. Ahmed?
Yeah, sure.
I have a question here. So if I put the attempts allowed only 1, and then I put only 1 question for the layout, will the student will be able to go back to the previous question if he move forward to the next question?
Yeah, actually, there is no such kind of a block for the student. While appearing for the test, he can move in between the questions without any problem.
Perfect.
Whatsoever. This
Perfect.
attempts allowed is when a student submits the test, then he cannot go back. So
okay.
So you can easily surf
Perfect.
across the questions while appearing for the test.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now let's move to the other part, which is the question behavior. Okay, if you want your questions to be shuffled up, you can keep it yes over here, which is actually a nice option. And this how questions behave. Do you want the feedback to be given to the student straight away? No, not at all. We want the student to appear for the test and submit the exam, and then we will check the result, and then we can publish the result to the students. We want it to be like that. So in that case, we'll be selecting a deferred feedback over here, and we'll come back to the review option. This is important. This is pretty important. If we keep it checked over here, the students will be able to get the feedback straight away. So here we have to be very careful about what to uncheck. You have to literally uncheck each and everything out here. So how can we do that actually? If I uncheck this one, if you have a look over here, I can still see a few fields which are disabled, but still they are checked. Okay, so in order to, again, if I uncheck the attempt one over here, again, if you look at it closely, we can see the whether correct option is checked up over here, and the marks is also over there. So in order to do that, first of all, check the attempt part and then uncheck each and everything out there. Okay, it is actually asking us to follow a sequence. So first of all, you have to check the attempt part and then uncheck each and everything. And then even if you want to uncheck the attempt, it's not an issue at all. Okay, similarly over here, after the quiz is closed, we don't want it to be seen by the students. Okay, so we'll do it like that. As for here, during the attempt, again, see, we have got a few things over: right answer, whether correct, and I cannot do anything over here. So what to do in this case? In this case, I need to go back to this how questions behave part, and I'll change it for adaptive mode for some point of time. Okay, and then I can see that these options are getting enabled. Now I can uncheck it. But you need to remember that once you uncheck it, you have to change this option back to deferred feedback. Otherwise, there will be an additional button over there of check answer when the student is appearing for the exam. So the things are getting recorded. Don't worry about the steps. I'll be posting this video in the YouTube, and I'm available 24/7 on WhatsApp. Whenever you're stuck, you can ask me. So, but these are the steps which have been successful in the past, through which we have conducted the exams. Okay.
Dr. Ahmed.
Yeah.
Dr. Ahmed.
Yeah.
Sorry for asking the question. So the bottom line, only one is check. The first column, the attempt.
Exactly.
When you leave the review option, only one is checked and it is in gray, the attempt. All the rest are unchecked.
Exactly. Bang on. That's exactly what we
want. All right. I took picture already so that I can remember this.
And you need to do a little bit of efforts in order to uncheck all of them, which I showed you right now. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move to the next part, appearance. Remaining part, we don't require to tune up all those things. We can keep it as it is. Okay, so we don't need to bother about all these things: appearance, extra restrictions on attempts. We don't need that. If this is on the case, if we want a password or something, so we don't require any such things. Let's move to the save and display part straight away. Okay, as soon as I do that, now my test has been set up. Now all I need is the fuel for my vehicle, which are the questions. So in order to bring in the questions, we have got a nice option over here, which is edit quiz. We'll press on that. Okay, and here you have got two ways of bringing in the questions. One is manually adding a question. I'll press on add button. I'll add a new question. If you've got the questions ready with you, you can choose the type of question which you are asking for. For example, I'll be choosing multiple choice question over here. I'll press on add button, and I'll put in the question over here. Question name is normally
Dr. Ahmed, please. Sorry for interruption.
No
please,
problem.
but can you wait only few minutes, because our friends don't enter the class.
Okay,
they are searching about the new link. Few seconds, inshallah.
Okay, if you need the link, do you want me to send you the new link over here? I can.
Dr. Tahani,
أيوة.
The lecture is recorded, and we'll share the link for the recorded lecture, inshallah, later. So for anyone
Okay.
who missed this lecture, he can see it later, inshallah.
Okay, Dr. Fahd. Okay, no problem.
But
Go on,
because of
Dr.
the time, because of the time limit, we have to move further. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Fahd. Okay,
Not
Dr.
an issue.
Ahmed.
I'm
Go on.
available 24/7. If you have any doubts, we can arrange for another meeting sometime later, someday later. No problem. Okay. Okay. So here we were trying to add a multiple choice question over here. We have got a question name. Normally, you need to enter the text over here in this one. Here you can simply put up a number if you want. Okay. Q1, Q2, like that. Okay. And this is the area where I'll be putting up the question. Okay. For example, let me take a question from here. Okay. Is Riyadh the capital of KSA? Let's move back. Let's make it easy for the students. So I'm giving them a nice, easy question. Okay, so this is the question text. If I go down, I need to leave everything blank over here until I see the answers choice 1. Okay, so this is the first option available over there. So maybe I can put in over here Washington. Okay, and since this is not the right answer, I'll keep this grading to none. Okay, I'll move to the choice 2. Choice 2, I'll be keeping it as Riyadh, and then I'll be giving it a grade of 100%. If a student selects this, he should be getting 100 marks. Oh, sorry, 100% marks, which is normally 1 mark. So he'll be getting 1 mark for this one. And then we'll be moving to the choice 3. You need to be careful about the field. You have to go for this field, okay? So choice 3, I'll put in anything like Tokyo. And choice 4, I can put in as none of these. Once I'm done with that, I'll come down and I'll come down to the bottom, and I can either press on save changes and continue editing, or I can press on save changes. I'll press on save changes right now. Let's see. Now we have got a question over here. And this question is ready for us. So in this way, you can bring in the questions manually. Okay. One by one. And you can type in the questions or copy the question in that way. Okay, now let me tell you about another way in which way you can import a file of questions. For example, I'll show you this file. This is one of the files where I have put in the questions. Okay, I've got a question over here. I've put in the options over there, and I have informed about the answer as well. In this case, the answer is B. And in this one, in case if I'm planning to put in a true and false, I can even do it in this way. I can put in the question, I'll put in the option that's yes and no, and accordingly I'll put up the right answer. If my answer is yes, I'll type in A over here. In this way, we can put in the questions over here. But here you need to be very particular about how to create this file. You need to know a certain rules about it. If you're not able to follow those rules, an error message will come up. Okay, right now I'll show you the procedure first, how to import a file. For example, in this particular test, I need to bring in more questions, and that too from a question bank. Okay, so I'll go back to the test part. This is my test part. Okay, and I'll press on this settings button. I'll go down and I'll look for an option of import. I'll press on that. Okay, as soon as I press on that, it will be asking me about a few settings. So you need to memorize these settings. The first setting in the file format, you have to press on icon format. And then on general section, you need to uncheck this one, get category from file. And that's it. Then you will go back and you will choose this file. So I'll go to that location of my file. My file is saved over there in the desktop. I'll select it. Okay, and then I'll say upload this file. Okay, and then I'll ask the application to import it. Once I do that, see now if you see a green light, that is basically a sign of happiness, sign of success. It is telling me that we have been able to import 4 more questions from the file. I've got the questions ready over here. Okay, So right now my question bank is already having these questions. In this way, basically you can bring in all of the questions, whatever you have saved it in your Word files. You can bring in all of the question over here, and you can add in the questions into your test accordingly. Okay, let's go back to the test once again. This is my test. Okay, I'll go to the settings part. I'll select edit quiz. Right now I have only one questions. The questions which I imported, they are not showing up over here. In order to add them, I'll look for an add option and add from question bank. I'll select that. And if I look over here, these are all the questions which I've added in the past. And we do have the questions which we brought in recently for this one. These are the questions we brought in right now, just 5 minutes back. So I'll add a few questions from here like this, maybe a few more. Okay. And then I'll press on add selected questions to the quiz. So now my quiz is ready with 7 questions. Since I'm asking 7 questions, I am the judge to decide how many marks should I put. For example, here it is showing 1 marks each. So I'll put in the maximum grade as 7 marks, and then I'll save it. Once we are done with that, okay, once we are done with that, our test is ready. Let's try to do a bit of preview. Okay. This is my test. Okay. Let's try to see how is it appearing, how is this test appearing for one of the students. Okay. This is one of the students who has already passed out this test. Okay, we'll try to have a look over there. Okay, just a sec. Let's have a look at the test right now. I'll try to log in. With one of the test student records. Okay, this is one of the students. Okay, he's entering into my subject and he's seeing this test right now over here. Okay, actually the quiz got closed, so I need to change the timing first. So I'll go back to my account again. I'll go back to my account again. I'll go to my subject, biostatistics. I'll select my test. Okay, then I'll go to the edit settings where actually the timing has expired. So I'll check out the timing once again. Okay, it is showing us it's from 7 to 8 and we are already touching 10 o'clock right now. That's why it's not working. So for now, let me disable it. Okay, so that there is no set compulsion for timing. I'll just save this test and let us see how this, okay, we have got an option of preview now. I'll show it from here as well. Let's preview the quiz. So as soon as I press on preview button, I'm like a student. It is asking me a dialogue. This quiz has got a time limit of 45 minutes. Am I ready to start the attempt? And here I have the questions ready with me. Okay. If I'm pressing on the answers, I don't see anything like right answer or check answer. Nothing is visible over here. So everything is opaque for the student. We are done with the 5 questions. How to go to the next page? We have got an option of next page over here, or I can go from here. Okay. So I'll go to the 6th question. I'll randomly select any answers. Okay. So we can go in between the questions like this. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'll press on the next page and I'll finish the attempt. If I press on that, I still have a chance as a student to go back to my attempt. There is an option of return to attempt, but if I press on this one, it will be submitted and then I cannot go back. For example, if I press on return to attempt, I can go back to my quiz. Okay, but if I submit it once, let's try submitting it right now. It will be double checking with me. Am I really ready to submit my test? So, khalas, my test has been submitted. This is the final preview of what the student has entered. And that's it. Now if I go back to my dashboard, and if I try to re-enter into this test, I won't be getting an option to go into the test. It is telling that you are finished with your attempt and you cannot go back to this test. Okay, so that's how we are supposed to do the basic settings for an exam. And as for this file, let me tell you, this is an important one, otherwise it becomes a headache. I will be sharing this file with you. Whenever you have got any questions to import, just use this file. For example, if I need to bring in one new question over here, okay, I can bring where is the university located. Okay, I will just try to copy paste it from there. Okay, and I can put in my options over here. We should remember that the format has to be the same like this one. Everything to the left, the options has to be in capital dot, and then we need to have one space. The answer written over here, it has to be in capital. If by chance if I'm typing it like this, answer like this, then I won't be able to import this file. This is basically what do you call it, sir. This is basically a
صيغة.
formula. Yeah. Pardon, my
Yeah.
Arabic is broken. So
No, it's not.
so
It's perfect.
so many of the teachers, they find problem in importing a file like this. So but it's not a big headache. In case if you're stuck at any point of time, whenever you are importing these files, we can do a Zoom session straight away for 5-10 minutes. I can help you out with that. Okay, so this was the
شكراً.
basic setup through which we can successfully conduct an exam. I hope this presentation helped you out, guys, inshallah. And in case if
Thank
you're
you.
stuck anywhere, you're most welcome to ask me at any point of time.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed Siddiqui. I first would like to apologize for the inconvenience. I was joining another Zoom meeting, so that's why some of us are late. But thankfully, Dr. Ahmed, this lecture is recorded, so we can benefit from it later, inshallah. I have, I personally, since we have the exams the next week and the week after, so using this importing thing maybe is difficult and there is a risk of using it. So I think entering the question manually will be the better choice for us. Unless if you are an expert and you can do it, that's fine.
Okay.
But since we have the exams the next week and the week after, then we have some risks doing that. I just would like to ask you about distributing the grades. So if you can go to any exam, this exam, the one that you have just created, or any other exam, and show us how to distribute the grades on, for example, the questions like select that will apply. So when we have more than one answer.
Okay, more than one answers you're talking about.
If you have more than one answer, yes, something like that. And if you can just differentiate between questions like essays and short answers, because that I had this in for my quizzes that I had done at the beginning of this semester. So distributing the grades is different between these two questions. So if you can just go quick review about the type of questions and how you can distribute the grades. Thank you so much.
Okay. Before telling you the answer, we have got around 2.5 minutes to finish off the 40 minutes over here. So if it is ending, you can come back again. I'll recreate the meeting. Okay, so that we'll get to that.
Inshallah.
Okay, no problem. So let's try to see. For example, this one, this is my test. I'll go to the edit quiz part. Okay, I've got these questions over here. Okay, and let me select one of the questions. Now I've selected this question, and if I'm expecting the students to answer to have more than one right answers over here. The only thing over here is that, first of all, this is the question, the most frequent observation. Okay, now let's come up over here. Okay, no, this was basically true and false. Let's go back to the question back. Let's try to select some other question. Maybe this one. Okay. Okay, I'll go back to the test once again. This is the question bank. I'll go to the test once again. I'll go to the edit quiz part. These are my questions, and I'll take this one. What is the capital of KSA? And if I want to keep more than one answers, all I need to do is, for example, this first one is one of the answers. I can give in, if I'm expecting 3 right answers or 2 right answers, I'll give this one 50% and the other one also 50%. Okay, in this way, the student has to select 2 options out of 4. Only then he will be able to get full marks. And in case if I'm asking the student to go for 3 right options, then we'll be selecting 33.33% for all the right answers. Okay, this is.
And do I have to change it from above? If you go above.
Yeah. You just need to
go above.
You just need to go back to that question. Okay, for example, this.
No, I mean if you can go down.
Yeah. Okay, just a
sorry.
Second. Yeah, no problem.
If you can go down here, it's saying one right answer, something like that above. If you go above.
Okay, just a
right above the
one
choices.
Answers only. Okay,
yes,
you're talking about multiple. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
That's actually a nice thing which you have told over here. We have to keep in multiple answers allowed. Yeah, that was an important thing.
Thank you.
You're a keen observant, mashallah. You observed it well. Yeah, this has to be multiple answers allowed. This is important.
Thank
Otherwise, we get a flat. Okay. So,
very clear. Thank you.
You want me to renew the meeting? Or one of them is already getting converted, and we're recording this one as well. Okay. So, in order to bring other questions, okay, we'll go back to the quiz which we created recently. I'll go on edit quiz section. Okay, I'll try to add a new question. Now here I've got multiple options, and honestly speaking, I haven't even tried them all except for the multiple choice and true or false if I want. We've got a short answer over here. Select them. If you need an essay, you asked me about an essay. This is an essay type. Okay.
Yeah, I can intervene in this part because I was trying to put some questions, short answers questions. But when I choose short answer question, this led me to it asks me to put some keywords so that the computer or the system can decide whether the answer is correct or not. But instead, I used essays question, which is functioned very well instead of using short answer. So in essay question, you will not be asked to enter any key question.
Okay.
Then you can correct this manually later after taking the exam.
That's actually a nice suggestion. So it is preferable to use the essay option. If we are expecting our student to answer something, type in their answer. We should be using essay option. Okay, that's good, sir. That's nice, mashallah. That's a nice input given by you. So this is our question, and that's it. We just need to punch in our question over here, and that's it. We'll put in our question here, and that's it. We don't need a feedback. We will just assign the marks, and that's it. Greater information. We'll just save it, and it will be showing up in our exam. So we have got this over there. Let's have a look at this question through the eyes of a student, maybe. Let me see. Let's try to log in with one of the test students. Okay, this is one of the students' LMS account. We are entering into it. We are entering into this exam and attempt quiz now. Start the attempt. Okay, let's have a look at that question. Where is that question? See, we have got this question over here. We've got a nice editor as if we are working in MS Word. And this is my question, and the student is typing his answer. So that's actually a nice thing, nice variation which can be brought into the exam, because when the students can write it, they are better off typing it as well. So that's nice. That's wonderful. Wow. So this is the student perspective. Let's go to the next page. Let's keep a few options blank and just finish up the attempt. So this is telling me I haven't answered a few questions. I've answered a few. Doesn't matter. I will submit all and finish. And that's it. The student can't even see his attempts, so he cannot pass on his answers to anyone, and he can't even have a look into the score which he has brought. Okay, let me show you the place from where you all have, many of you know it very well, but let me show you the place from where we can get to see the grades of the students. Let me go to another subject, maybe some other one which I've been teaching previously. I've got a few extras over here. Okay, no, this is not my account. I will sign in from my account first. Okay, this is my LMS account. I wanted to show you how we are able to see the grades of the students. For example, this was one of the exams which I had taken in the previous semester. Okay, final exam biostats. I have hidden it from the students. Okay, if I press on that, I can see an option of attempts. 8 attempts were there. If I press on that, and if I go to the bottom of the page, I can have a detailed scoring, automatic scoring for the student, that this student scored this much marks, and what are the questions where he choked out, and what are the questions which he was able to do it correctly. So this is from where you can get the report of that, and then you can download it in the form of Excel sheet so that you can work upon it, and you can transfer the data into the Edugate portal in order to put in the grades over there. So you can download the file from there, and the results of your test will be ready in hand with you, and you can use it for the Educate grades. I'll show you. The file is getting downloaded. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, any other further questions, my dear colleagues? I'm sorry.
Sir Ahmed,
Yes,
Ahmed, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, can I create a pony or a fictional student ID so that I will post myself as a student rather than get a student number just to enter and check if the quiz that I have created is okay?
Yeah, I got your point. You basically want a student account through which you can check it out. You need a
I will create a student account for me, and I will post as a student so that I can check if my quiz is okay. Would that be possible?
Well, no, we need to ask the LMS administrator about it. I guess for that thing, that's exactly why we have got an option of preview quiz. I think if you are able to preview your quiz, that's as good as a student appearing for the exam. So this is that file which I showed you, through which we can get to see the final grades of the students which we downloaded. Okay, so I think if you go, I would recommend you to use that preview quiz option. That would be better. Okay.
Sir, the reason for that is not for editing the quiz, but rather for the setup.
For the setup.
For example, sir, I do not know how long will the exam in a subject for nursing duration will be. Will that be for 1 hour or 1.5 hours? Well, I do not know if our nursing people here are listening.
Yeah.
Say, for example, for principles of anatomy or for fundamentals or for physiology, how long the duration for the examination? Will that be 60 minutes from beginning to end?
Yes, I can answer this question.
Yes, doctor, please.
So the time was set up and are shown in the schedule that were shared for all of us. It's for 45 minutes for each exam.
45 minutes only, 45 minutes, yeah.
Yes, 45 minutes.
So Dr. Ahmed mentioned earlier, the limit is 45 minutes. Now, doctor, these are our problems that we had in the past. There were glitches at the beginning. So what are our safeguards for these glitches? Some students will enter on time, but the problem is due to problems with internet connections or whatever, there will be some kind of delay. So do we have any leeway of extending the duration of the exam just to buffer, something like that? Meaning to say the 45 minutes can be extended to around 1 hour. Would that be possible?
That might be answered by the
Well, I would like to suggest you in this regards, better to keep the channel open for 1.5 hours and let the time limit be 45 minutes. So if a student is starting his test, he cannot exceed 45 minutes, but give him a time frame of around 1.5 hours so that if he, by chance, if he's late for any reason, or if the internet is choking up, he can come back again and go with the attempt like that.
So, sir, in that particular case, we are going to adjust the date and timing. That is where we are going to adjust the timing. We will make it around 1 hour for the timing, but for the time limit, 45 minutes.
That's right. That's right. But we need to tell the students that no, you have to come on time. The timing is for only 1 hour.
We will not tell
This
the
is something
secret.
which will be our
This is
internal adjustment.
confidential.
Otherwise, the students, that they will be coming up late and they will be taking up the
Right. So
this
we
is
can
something.
adjust the, yes.
Yeah, this is something which
Go
you can
ahead.
do dynamically. If a student is telling that I haven't been able to do it, you tell him no problem, stay back, don't worry. Let the quiz get closed. I'll open up the quiz for you after some time, maybe like that. Or maybe you can extend the time limit where you can enable this thing and you can push in the time. Push out the
Yes.
closing time straight away.
Understood.
Okay. So in this way, he will be able to enter into the test straight away.
Yes. Sir Ahmed, also another question will that be, what shall we do in case we will have the same kind of glitches we had last time, wherein there was probably, we exceeded the broadband probably, or the what do you call that, bandwidth, and everything stopped. What shall we do with that? Remember?
As for
the final exam during the final?
Yeah, I know that, sir. That was basically because of the reason that all the final exams were coinciding at the same time. So in order to encounter that, we need to decide a time which is slightly off the time, which is not the peak time. So I think for midterm exams, there won't be an issue because the server won't be heavily overloaded.
Right.
Because not all of the colleges are taking the midterms. But for the
so no simultaneous exam.
Yeah.
It's going to be
understood.
From 7 p.m. to 7:45.
Okay. Any other further questions, my dear colleagues? MashaAllah, I'm thankful to you all you're attending this lecture at this late point of time, maybe.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time. And we will definitely use this record lecture for this semester and for upcoming semesters. Shukran jazeelan.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. Any
issues,
any problems? Any issues, any problems? You are most welcome to contact me through my WhatsApp, and I'll try
Dr.
to.
Ahmed, please. Dr. Ahmed,
Yes,
please.
yes, sister.
I have a problem in choosing my subgroup.
Okay.
I tried to make a test for quiz before meeting. Hello.
Yeah.
And I have a problem in choosing my subgroup. I found many groups, many subgroups. I wanted to choose only my subgroup. How?
Okay. In that case, you can let me know what is the name of the subject. I'll be in touch with the
community
LMS.
Community health nursing. Community health nursing.
Community health nursing. Okay, no problem. Yeah. You can inform me about your user ID or email ID and the subject in which you are facing a problem. We'll try to create another subject specifically assigned to you, and you will be the only one over there, and then you can add your own students over there. This was a problem in the last semester as well. There were a lot of subjects where we were seeing more than 200 students in a group. So don't worry about that. You just let me know through email or through WhatsApp what is the subject where you are encountering the problem. I'll get in touch with the administrator. They haven't given me the privileges to edit it by myself. Otherwise, I could have done it. But I'll be in touch with my friend and he will fix it for us. So any teacher.
Dr. Ahmed?
Yeah.
Yes. One last question, if it's okay.
Yeah, please.
Suppose right now I have two sections having the same kind of subjects, but two groups. Now, how can I unify the examination for these two sections?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you have created two groups over here, isn't it? And
Yes.
you
For
want
example, biostatistics section A and biostatistics section B. Now, where will I encode my exam? Is it on section A or on B?
Well, you will have to mutually inform your students about it, that look, though we have got two groups in LMS, but the final exam will be in my biostatistics group A. And basically what you can do is that you can hide everything on the second, the other subject. So they will definitely call you. They will tell you, where's the link? Let them know. Okay. No, the point is that they are not added in that, isn't it? That's a problem. They won't be able to enter into that subject because they are not added over there. In that case, you will either have to create two copies in both of these exams. Maybe you can, because they are not added in the other group, or else just before the exam, try at bringing all the subjects into one group and then take the final exam.
All right. I think it would be better if to simultaneously add the exams to both sections so that they will no longer be confused.
Yeah, that will be a kind of
the exam will commence at the same time and it will end at the same time.
Yeah, actually they are accustomed to the group as shown in the LMS, so better to keep a link over there itself.
Yes, I will just create two similar examinations for two sections.
Okay, sir, that's good, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please.
Any other question, guys? Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed Siddiqui. Okay. I know it's late now, but if anyone has any question, Dr. Ahmed is always helpful, and he can answer any of your questions, whether by email or on WhatsApp. More importantly, any issues like the one Dr. Tahani has regarding the subgroups, please immediately contact Dr. Ahmed Siddiqui about this, so you can solve the problem and create your own questions for the next week and the week after for our exams. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and really appreciate your time. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
We're waiting the records, Dr. Ahmed. Huh?
Oh, no problem.
Don't be late. We need it tomorrow.
Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night, everyone. Sweet dreams.
Have a good night.
Dr. Ahmed, but I believe that we can use your help more when we are preparing our questions, inshallah.
You're most welcome anytime. No problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Inshallah. Okay. Goodbye.